This video is brought to you by SoccerPro.com. Be sure to visit SoccerPro.com for all the latest soccer gear at everyday low prices with no membership fees. Don't forget to use coupon code SR4U at checkout for $10 off a $75 purchase, plus free shipping within the US. Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you an unboxing plus on-feet video of the brand new Nike FC247 Lunar Gato 2. So I'll get the shoes out of the box really quickly, get this box out of the way, and if you guys could take a second to leave a like on the video, it would be greatly appreciated. So here is a look at the alternate indoor option in the FC247 line. So if you weren't a big fan of the lightweight, low-profile nature of the Elastico Finale 2, you have the option to go for the Lunar Gato 2, which is going to provide a slightly more cushioned feel, as well as a more natural kind of traditional touch on the ball, I should say, with a natural leather upper. Now this is the model in the FC247 line that I was personally most excited about, mainly because I feel like it was geared towards my own personal preferences with a natural leather upper and a more cushioned outsole. But what's really interesting about this shoe is that it features a goat leather upper. Now goat leather is something we've really never seen before, and from a quality standpoint, I have to say that this is the nicest leather upper we've seen on any soccer shoe, indoor or outdoor, for 2013. And I know the first question a lot of people are going to ask is goat leather actually from a goat? And the answer to that question is yes. Goat leather is goat skin from a goat, just like kangaroo leather is kangaroo skin from a kangaroo. They're not really trying to hide anything from you when they call it goat leather. So as far as the quality goes, the first thing I thought of when I saw this shoe is that it reminded me very much of some of the old Ronaldinho shoes, especially with this kind of quilted stitching pattern throughout. And the leather, like I said, kind of lives up to the quality on those old Ronaldinho shoes as well, in that it has a good thickness to it. It's incredibly soft, very, very flexible, and it's just going to provide a very comfortable fit overall. It's really nice that they included a large amount of leather as well. So it cuts off at this seam here on the outside, wraps all the way around the toe, and then pretty much spans the entire instep, which is definitely a good thing and something you don't see all that often on most leather soccer shoes. And then it cuts off at this seam right there. So all the parts of the shoe that should be leather are leather, and that's something that makes me very, very happy, and we just don't see it enough nowadays. As far as this little kind of sandpaper texture coating you have going around the toe, that's there to add a little bit of grip on the ball. Not a sticky grip like I mentioned, more of a friction style grip because it does have that little bit of texture to it. And it's also going to enhance the durability of the shoe, allowing for a stronger bond between the upper and the sole plate. So durability is not going to be an issue this time around, especially considering that there is a nylon stitch going all the way around the toe, kind of joining the upper and the sole plate permanently. So like I said, durability is not something you're going to have to worry about. You have a central lacing system, as you can see, with a very thin mesh tongue, but there is a layer of padding going through the middle to prevent any kind of lace bite. And then from the midfoot back, you're going to find a Hyperfuse upper. And Hyperfuse is something we've never seen on a soccer shoe from Nike. They used it a lot on their basketball shoes and their running shoes, and I'm sure other shoes from other sports that I'm just not mentioning. But basically what Hyperfuse is it's a combination of materials, meshes, and polyurethane plastics that are fused together using heat and pressure to create one solid material. Now what's interesting about Hyperfuse and why it works so well as a concept on a soccer shoe is because, especially an indoor shoe, is because it's going to allow for that breathability while still maintaining a rigid feel and a supportive feel when you pull the laces tight, locking your foot in place. So you can see that there is a mesh layer in between with kind of a polyurethane layer on the inside as well as a polyurethane layer on the outside. And they kind of crisscross, as you guys can see, providing that nice kind of support band feel when you pull the laces tight, but there's still plenty of breathability with this open mesh. You can see my finger right on the inside. So breathability is not going to be an issue, neither is support. And I think it's a very good idea to include Hyperfuse on an indoor soccer shoe, especially in a way that they've done it on this particular model. As far as the liner goes, you can see that you do have a mesh liner on either side with plenty of padding there. You have a suede heel liner in the back that's going to allow your foot to be locked down inside of the shoe because it does provide that little bit of grip while still maintaining a very soft feel. And there is a plastic internal heel counter as well. So like I said, stability overall is not going to be an issue. Returning from the original Lunar Gato is, of course, the Lunarlon outsole. You have Lunarlon flowing throughout the entire shoe. There's a lot more Lunarlon at the heel, as you guys can see. And Lunarlon, if you don't know, is basically a cushioning system or a type of foam. They use it a lot on their running shoes, and they have used it on the Lunar Gato series. provides a very soft yet responsive feel when you are running. And like I said, if you're looking for something with a little bit more cushion, you're going to get that from the Lunar Gato just from the foam alone. You can see that you do have some flex grooves for additional kind of compression when you do put weight on the heel of the shoe. So for the most part, if you're looking for a very cushion feel while playing on very kind of hard impact indoor court surfaces, you're going to get that from the Lunar Lawn cushioning on the Lunar Gato 2. As far as the outsole and traction pattern goes, it's fairly unique this time around. It's completely different to what we saw in the original Lunar Gato. You have that articulated outsole in the forefoot, as you guys can see, where it kind of splits off into two different traction patterns. And in the heel and in this blue section here on the inside of the forefoot, you have kind of like this fin pattern. It goes right to the edge. The rubber is relatively flexible, and you're really going to notice the flexibility of the rubber when you are actually playing and pushing off, and it should provide some pretty good traction. They're saying that the Lunar Gato is designed for pretty much any type of flat surface, so whether it be indoor courts or even street soccer, they're saying that the rubber is going to hold up. It doesn't feel overly soft, so I'm not too worried about it. I definitely will test it out, but for the most part, I feel like this is a shoe that is best suited for indoor courts and not necessarily street soccer. But like I said, Nike is marketing it as kind of like an all-purpose indoor soccer shoe. And then of course you do have kind of like this dimpled texture here going along the outside. Not sure what kind of traction that's going to provide. Kind of like a semi-translucent color, as you can see. But for the most part, the leather, the rubber feels very high quality, so traction shouldn't be too much of an issue. That's pretty much it as far as the shoe itself goes. I'll give you guys a quick look at the insole. The insole is exactly what you're going to find on the Elastico Finale 2. It features that Volt color with a blue Nike swoosh, mesh liner over top. And then the padding itself, it is an EVA foam, but it's very similar to what we saw on the Nike GS. So it's fairly dense and just very lightweight considering how padded it actually is. It's not overly kind of thick, but there is plenty of padding there just because the padding itself is so dense. So there is plenty of cushioning to be had here along with the Lunar Gato. So like I said, if you're looking for cushioning, you're going to get it from the insole as well as the Lunar Lawn on this particular model. So that's pretty much it as far as the unboxing portion of this video goes. And move on to a quick weigh-in so you can see how lightweight these guys are. The Lunar Gato 2 is actually a pretty light indoor soccer shoe. And I think this is something that Nike tried to incorporate into their entire FC247 line. So I'm going to weigh this pair for you in real time today. Keep in mind this is a brand new pair from right out of the box in a size 9.5 US. I'm going to throw it on the scale here. And you can see that it weighs in at 8.85 ounces. So for an indoor soccer shoe to be in that 8-ounce region, that's pretty good, especially considering that you do have all the cushioning from the Lunar Lawn sole, as well as what is pretty much a full leather upper. So if you're looking for a lightweight feel, as well as a more traditional feel, you're still going to get that from the Lunar Gato 2. So that's pretty much it as far as the weigh-in portion of the video goes. And move on to a quick on feet so you can see how these shoes fit and what the sizing is like. Alright, here's a look at the Lunar Gato 2's on feet, and from right out of the box, the shoes are very comfortable as expected. Given that the shoe is natural leather, there's really not much break-in time required for the shoes to be comfortable, but there is some break-in time to allow the leather to stretch and form to your foot, and just to create an overall more comfortable fit than it already has from right out of the box. As far as the width of the shoe goes, it's not a narrow fitting shoe at all, and you should be able to get some pretty good width out of the shoe, especially in the forefoot and toe box area because it is a natural leather, and I have to assume the shoe is going to stretch a fair bit. So this is one of those shoes that should fit everybody, especially with that central lacing system. From a cushioning standpoint, the Lunar Lawn cushioning feels firm, but it doesn't feel mushy either, so you do have some pretty good cushioning here. And like I said, there's enough there to where you're not going to feel like you're running around barefoot on these hard impact indoor court playing surfaces. As far as sizing goes, they run half a size small just like the previous Lunar Gato. So instead of wearing my usual size 9, I'm wearing a size 9.5, and the fit in the length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair for yourself and you want the best fit possible, I would strongly recommend going up half a size. So that's pretty much it as far as the on-feet portion of this video goes, and I'll leave you to my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my unboxing plus on-feet video of the Lunar Gato 2. I'm going to get to testing these immediately, so look out for my full review hopefully in the next couple of weeks on my website, soccerreviewsforyou.com. In the meantime, I will leave a direct link down below in the description where you'll find the high quality images of this exact pair here, as well as buy now links with the best prices online, including some exclusive SR4U coupon codes to get you some additional discounts if you are interested in ordering a pair for yourself. If you have any questions regarding this shoe, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you guys could leave a like on the video, it would be greatly appreciated. If you're not subscribed already, be sure to hit that subscribe button for daily videos on all the latest soccer gear. And if you guys want to follow me on any of the latest social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, you can find links to all of those down below in the description. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.